friend, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing a fun game of where can I work with the lighting. So we are down in my living room with my Christmas tree and I'm rocking a Survivor 49 sweatshirt because maybe you don't know this about me. My husband and I are massive Survivor fans, so much so that we went to the Survivor Cafe in Boston when it was open for a period of time. If you know, you know. But it is time to talk about the hoarding closet. Without realizing it, it has been almost 6 months, if not 6 months, since we last talked about the hoarding closet. According to my handy dandy notebook, I last counted it on July 16th and it is now December 9th. And so here we are discussing the contents of my hoarding closet. If you're new to this whole thing, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. If you are a veteran of the series, you can go ahead and jump ahead. Timestamps, as always, are listed below. So essentially what I do is I very lovingly have a hoarding closet where I put backups. Just with the nature of who I am and wanting to shop sales and liking to be able to shop my stash, I'm somebody who just always has a backstock, but that backstock can get out of hand if I don't keep a hard wrap on it. And I keep a hard wrap on it by documenting it on this spreadsheet here in my notebook and also sharing it with the entire internet. So let's go ahead and jump in. Back in July, I had 5 hand soaps. I now have 9. Just as a little interesting note, unlike previous years, I normally count my closet more so in like November, early December, where I haven't necessarily hit up all the typical Bath & Body Works sales and what have you. This is a little bit later. So my numbers are, I think, to me, a bit more authentic than what they sometimes can be at the end of the year for filming purposes, but they are a little bit higher than usual, which like, I'm kind of having a complex about it. We're going to talk through it. Anyways, so I had 5, now I have 9. Then for body scrubs, I had 6, currently have 7. For body washes, I'm actually really jazzed about this. I had 10 and now I only have 7 in there, which to move the needle by that margin feels really good. And if I can be able to just not make any purchasing, I think we're going to be good in that category. The reason why I hesitate is because I currently have sort of these 2 seasonally neutral scents in my shower, scents that I could use any time of year. Once those are gone, if I am not in the mood for spring scents, aka if it's not closer to the spring season, I'm gonna have a hard time. I will either at that point force myself to just use a not seasonally appropriate scent or 2, or I might end up going to the store and buying one thing, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Then, because I've dropped off shampoo conditioner, our next category is hair scrub / hair masks. I had 6, I have 3. Really excited to have brought that number down, but really sad at the same time because I accidentally, when Fortune Cookie Soap had their revival moment and I decided to place an order when things seemed to be fully stocked, I was very jazzed about this. I thought I had purchased an even split of hair masks and whipped soaps, which I use for shaving. No, I had just purchased all of these hair masks. So it was like, why do I have so many hair masks? It's going to take me forever to use them. But I just recently learned they're closing down business at the end of the month. So as of December 31st, they will no longer exist. And I would have probably placed a really big order had I known that and gotten like a lot of my favorite formulas, but that's not how they're wrapping up shop. They basically were doing a customs order, which I don't get into customs. That's just like a whole, it's like, talk about decision fatigue as a teacher and a mom of a 3 and a 1-year-old. I don't have the capacity to then like sort through and profile and put together my own concoctions of blends. So I'm out on that. They have talked about maybe doing like a get what you get or like a grab bag to clear some other product out. I might try to go for that, but I am sad that I only have 3 of their hair masks left and then I'm gonna have to find a new go-to, which is a bummer because I also like them as a company, but we're not here for this. We're here for Hoarding Closet. So I'm back. I'm locked in on the Hoarding Closet. Let's talk shave soaps. I had 3, now I have 1, which is great. I don't need to hoard those. I'm really glad that I'm just down to the 1. For body lotions, I'm really pleased. I had 3 and now I only have 1. It's so exciting. And I would technically have 0 if I did not purchase during a random body care sale a body lotion, but I just couldn't pass it up because it's part of the core line and they never put, it was Gingham Gorgeous. They never put Gingham Gorgeous on sale during semi-annual sale time. So I've got one in there and girl, I'm gonna absolutely use that up when the time comes. We're just not currently in body lotion season. For body creams, it's been like a revolving door. If you have watched my Bath & Body Works trash talks, you are seeing the body creams come in and out of my collection. But technically, back in July, I had 5, and now I have 6. I'm not worried about it. I mean, we are whipping through, I am whipping through body creams to a point where like I'm having to replenish. So I'm not worried about that. I don't foresee myself buying any for a period of time. And so I should be able to reasonably get that done in the next couple of months. For curling products, I had 6, now I have 5. The fact that it even went down by 1 is a little bit surprising because I'm very much not in hair curling season at this point because I don't want to go outside with my hair wet in the 13 degrees it was this morning, my friend, when I left my home. 13 degrees. We're not even in peak winter yet, so I could not. My hair would literally like freeze and break off. I'd look like the Titanic if I were to go out. Anyways, not using the hair curling products. I'll save those for the summer. For face wash, uptick here. I had 1, now I have 4. I literally just made a purchase for some. I am on the tail end of a few that are in my current shower / vanity drawer in the bathroom. So I'm not worried about that. I will definitely get those worked through and not buy anymore. I'm very pleased to announce with moisturizers, I had 4, now I have 1. Oh, it's so good. Again, much like body lotion, that would be a 0 category, but I just purchased, I was really excited, the Prequel line. I've found Prequel to be very interesting, but I'm also overwhelmed and I don't really know. I feel like in my heart, that line is not for my skin type, which is just basically neutral. I feel like it's leaning more towards dry skin types, but they had at Target a holiday set of 2. It's their cleanser and their moisturizer. So I was like, oh, come with me. It was also on sale. So once my current moisturizer is done, I will pull that Prequel one out and use it and see if it works for me. So that was just like a recent purchase and I was really excited to have that trial because again, the brand kind of overwhelms me and I don't really think it's for me, but I really want it to be for me, so I'm giving it a try. For bar soaps, I had 1, now I have none. So the only bar soaps that I have, I'm technically not counting in the hoarding closet. I'm defending myself. So if you're watching my marathon trash talks, you'll know that I have these Dove bar soaps that I am using. And Ben bought these for me. He was like, look, babe, I found these on the clearance rack. It was like a million bar soaps in a pack together. And they're the boring Dove bar soaps. And I was like, you shouldn't have. And you shouldn't have because he only bought them because it was a good deal. Whole thing is annoying. So I am slowly using those. I am not counting them because they are just in the closet, but not because of my doing. And I don't buy bar soaps for myself. So the one that I had that I did acquire through like a get what you get bag, which is I consider me purchasing, that is being counted as none. I have none of those in that category. And I'll never buy a bar soap again because I'm going to have these boring Dove bar ones for eons, I tell you, eons. All right, for cleansing balms, I had none, now I have 1. Not a big deal. Similar story. I am currently almost on the one that's in play at the moment, and once that's done, I'll pull the one that I purchased during the Ulta fall haul, so that way she's good to go. Pocket backs, though, it's a little wild. I had 3, now I have 8. It's not great. It's similar to hand soaps. I blow through hand soaps in the summer because we're home all the time, obviously. But then when I go to buy my fall hand soaps, I'm still in the like we use a lot of hand soap mindset because I'm living in the moment. But that's not the case. I don't use as many hand soaps during the school year because we're not home as frequently. Same is true for pocket backs. I am not carrying a diaper bag around me. I am not trying to like combat the germs of the world with my toddlers. So I don't need that as much. We do use the hand sanitizing wipes from, I think it's Honest, because that they like to use those, and it's whatever gets them to clean their hands, I am all for. And they like to use those this time of year. I don't really know why. So we have a lot of pocket backs. We will cool it on buying pocket backs until we have depleted that pocket of them. For hand cream, I had none. I still have none. I basically used up the ones that I had at play and then hadn't bought any other ones because I knew from Bath & Body Works, their hand creams just don't cut it for me in the winter. So when they've had all of these hand cream pocket back sales, I've only been buying pocket backs, clearly. So now I just need to purchase some and use them. And that's kind of the routine that I'm in. I use one, I then buy it. That gets a little bit wonky in the summer months when I can use Bath & Body Works hand creams, but neither here nor there. Currently right now, I have none. And then for eye cream, I had none. I still have none. The only time I ever really carry an eye cream in the closet is if I am using the Belief True Aqua Much of Words Eye Balm. That is the one that I will always be looking for on a sale. And aside from being at the Sephora VIB sale, it hasn't been like a separate 50% off sale. So it hasn't made me pull the trigger on buying it. The one that I'm currently using, I think I'm only about halfway on. So I'm not in need, and 20% isn't enough of a discount for me to be like, gotta get it now and hoard it because I don't want to pay all this extra money. Whereas if it's half off, that is more noteworthy to me. So that's where we're at. All right. Currently in the closet, I have 56 items, which is technically an increase of 3. I had 53 items in the hoarding closet back in July. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't love that. I really wanted to be sitting here in front of you with less than 50 products in my hoarding closet. But as I, to come full circle, told you at the start of the video, I am kind of also not totally panicking about it because normally I film this at the end of the year and then like a bunch of the Bath & Body Works sales hit, including semi-annual sale. And then my numbers kind of fall in this same pattern, but you don't really see it or you don't really talk about it because I've already closed it for that time. Whereas this feels more authentic and I don't think I'm gonna have a big boom. Like semi-annual sale is so now like womp womp for me unless they drop something particularly for a semi-annual sale. The other holiday sales that they run are just so much better. So this feels like it's kind of where I'm gonna be hitting the max point. I'm really hoping when I look at my numbers from last year, so right around like end of April, beginning of May, I had 41 items in the closet. Ooh, I would love to get back down to that point. And I think that there's definitely some availability to get to that point because honestly, if I don't need to buy any more body creams, which like I don't at this point, I will zero out that category. That's 6 items. If I can actually start to use some of the not seasonal shower gels, that category goes down. And in some of these other categories where I have like 1 item in there, I'm literally just on the precipice of being able to pull it out and then I'm not having a bunch of back stock. So I really think that I'm in an overall good spot and I'm in a relatively decent headspace when I talk it through and not just look at the number and go like, oh, but actually like be logical about it for a second. And I just think in general, things are going pretty well. I personally think when I show you the hoarding closet footage, it's starting to look a little sparse in some areas. I think that there's, always still room to improve. And like I mentioned, I really do want to get that number down to the 41 mark. That was a really good, I remember that distinctly. That was a really good feeling when I counted that. And so I think in general, I don't have these massive, scary number categories anymore, which is good, but I want to keep trending down and down. Like it would be, I like have this vision of me being able to put all of my hoarding closet into 2 bins, not 3. I think I can do it. I feel like that's the next natural progression to get to. So that's kind of where my head is at in general. Kind of rambly, kind of weird, but it's authentic. It's like it's what I'm thinking. It's what I'm feeling in this moment. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and look at my hoarding closet, shall we? All right. So here's the current state of affairs in the hoarding closet. Down in this bucket, we're talking body creams, body lotion, shower gels. And then up in this bucket, it's my catch-all for skin and hair stuff. In the middle, we've got pocket backs, and then I've recently acquired some hand cream scents filling my update. This bucket over here is all Ben stuff. And then down here in this bucket are scrubs and hand soaps. So here is the current hoarding closet. All right, there you have it. I so appreciate you being here, checking in with me, chatting with me about this loving little hoarding closet that I have and the project that I've done for many a year at this point in time. As always, I hope you are having a great day, and I'll catch you in my next video real soon. Bye.